Hi guys, welcome to BoxPred. Just getting another video out there. Also for this Saturday, the 10th of September, there's a good fight happening between Paul McCloskey, the Irishman, and Breidis Prescott, the guy who's reached fame with his knockout of Amir Khan. Um, Now, this fight is at the Odyssey Arena in Belfast, so it's a home fight with going to be great support for Paul McCloskey. I don't think that should be overlooked. Um, also Paul McCloskey has the motivation to get back on track after his fight with Amir Khan was stopped when he was cut in their fight. I know that was a big disappointment for him. I watched that fight. He was losing the fight. I don't know what the tactics were, but it looked like he may be sort of reserving something for later in the fight. I'm not going to go and call and say he would have got back into the fight or done anything because that would it's just all speculation. But I thought he showed that he is a hard guy to hit. He's very elusive. He has a good defense, and he does have a knack for sort of breaking down guys, particularly as you go later into the fight. He can frustrate you, and it's not a guy to be underestimated. Sometimes he looks like he's not doing some good work when he is. In fact, disheartening his opponent and breaking him down. So, Breidis Prescott, obviously, um, you know, from what I've seen, some people's predictions for this fight, in general, just over the whole boxing community, like people giving comments, is sort of mixed. Some guys think Prescott's, got a really good chance against McCloskey. Um, I will say this, Prescott has always got a good puncher's chance because he's quite good coming forward. He's got quite a sort of ferocious, rapid puncher, um, and he's got a bit of a bang there, so he can always catch you, and you have to be careful. Um, but in my opinion, I think McCloskey's just going to be too elusive and too a bit. I think the guy he fights with a good maturity, McCloskey. I think he shows some good experience inside the ring. I think he's got his head on his shoulders, and he's quite a schooled fighter, studied fighter. So I think he's going to just be a bit too elusive for Prescott. And I think that McCloskey is going to win the fight. One thing I will say is McCloskey needs to watch his punch volume in this one. If he fights, he mustn't be punch shy, basically, because Prescott is a guy who could end up throwing a lot of punches, and McCloskey could be find himself behind on the scorecards purely by punch volume. Um, Personally, myself, I think Prescott is going to throw a lot of punches but miss with a lot. I think he will, and I think McCloskey will land the more meaningful punches, and I think that's what's going to make a difference on the scorecard. And I would probably say McCloskey by decision. Um, I just think he's going to land the more meaningful punches, and um, we might see Breidis Prescott try and put quite a lot of pressure on him, but McCloskey will be able to absorb the pressure and turn that around the longer the fight goes on, and I think it's going to suit McCloskey. Um, but looking forward to a good fight because you always never know with these type of fights. Prescott, apart from Amir Khan, he hasn't had the biggest level of for the toughest level of competition, but he's one of these guys who can just come out and just give the type of performance that shocks people. Um, but then I have a lot of time for Paul McCloskey. I think he's a well-grounded guy, and a lot of respect for him. And I think that in this one, he's not going to let his chance go by. He knows he needs to get back on track. He knows this is a good fight for him to prove something to people um, in boxing. And I think this is an eliminator for light welterweight title, I believe. So he wants to get back on track, and I think he's going to take this opportunity to grasp it with both hands. And I would tend to go with McCloskey by decision. So that's what I think on that fight, guys. Please let me know your comments and what you think on the fight. I know there are conflicting views on it. Um, let me know stuff like where you see McCloskey going if he wins this fight. Do you see him getting a world title now, moving forward? And who would you like to see him face? And also just like to bring some of you guys attention to another fighter who's on the bill. I believe he's actually the main fight, and that's Cal Frampton, another youngster. And he is trained by Barry McGuigan, who rates him very highly. I know Barry McGuigan's put a lot of time into this guy, and I've seen Cal Frampton fight, and he looks rather promising. He's got a fight on that card as well. I think he's the main fight actually, like I said. So keep an eye out for him. He may be one to watch for the future, and I'm going to be looking at his fight, with interest. So another good couple of fights there on the weekend. Let me know what you guys think. Please comment on this page or on my homepage, and do subscribe if you like my channel. As always, like to thank you for watching. This is BoxPred, and I'm out.